Okay, here we're going to show you how to install the ButtonWorx Keypad repair kit in a Uniden cordless phone. There are a lot of phones that look like this in different colors and different models. There's the 1364, 1384, the 1482, 83, and 84. It doesn't matter what color it is. We have a rounded corner square button, 4 buttons, the keypad, and then 3 buttons down here, and it's kind of a peanut shape curved in the middle. So get right to it. Take the battery cover and the battery off, and there's 2 screws right here. You need a Phillips screwdriver and a flathead screwdriver. And for cleaning the phone inside, you need rubbing alcohol. The best is 91%, but if you only have 70, you can get away with that. And you need some rag or Q-tips for cleaning. So the way I like to take these apart is take those 2 screws out. There's only 3 screws in this phone, and they're all the same, so you don't need to keep track of anything. So I like to pry apart the bottom a little bit. You don't want to be pulling the phone apart, you don't want to pry it apart. We just want to apply some pressure. And I squeeze my finger and thumb in there and apply some pressure. And there are several clips along the side, and with that pressure, just the tiniest little tweak, and it pops right out. And I'm going to readjust there. Ooh, another one came out by itself. And you can just kind of slide the screwdriver between the 2 plastic halves up to where it won't slide anymore. And while you apply pressure on the back, you can just a slight little bend, and it'll pop off. Once you get it loose, you can just kind of wiggle it. There's a big clip on the top. You don't want to pull it apart because some of the models have a speaker in it, and you'll just rip that wire right off the board. So once you get it open, there's 1 screw up here, and that's pretty much it for those. And you can take the board out and kind of just flip it over like a book. This one doesn't need any work, it's hardly been used, but the rubber pills fail over time and dirt and oil builds up in here. And this button repair kit sticks down to the board, and it blocks any more dirt or oil from getting in between your buttons, and these new black dots replace the conductors. So the keypad pushes down on these, this pushes down on the button, completing the connection. Now some phones might have solder here from a buzzer. They have a spot for a buzzer, so some of the versions might have solder right there, and there's some lights. But the keypad fits around the microphone, right like that, and it'll stick down. You might want to make sure it fits in your phone before, in case you got the wrong one. But what you want to do now, this one doesn't need it, but if you need to replace or fix your buttons, it's definitely dirt and oil in there. So I use rubbing alcohol, put it on a rag, and just clean it off like that. And you want to make sure it's not sticky and slimy, and you've gotten all the oils and stuff off of there. On the rubber keypad, you can do the same if it's not too bad, or you can get in there with a Q-tip around like that. Or the easiest thing is just pull this right out, bring it over to the kitchen sink, and just clean it off with maybe a toothbrush, but you can use just hot water and regular soap. If this button comes out, it can't go in upside down because it's got these little tabs that only fit in one way. Just make sure you get it in the right way. Make sure the rubber keypad's dried off and put it back. So then to install this, you just peel off the paper backing like that. And then I like to start down at the microphone. There's a hole for some solder points there, and a little circle for the microphone, and then just line up these top circles that are cut out for these spots right here, and all the other buttons line up. It's got little ridges and notches cut out of it to match the board. And that's it. And we just put the phone back together. Let's see, the Speaker doesn't look like it'll fall out easy, but if it does, that's how it goes back in. Like that. And it should just place down in there. You've got the one screw to go back in up at the top. And to put it back together, just make sure you don't pinch that speaker wire in the housing. Start at the top and just put those two clips in there, and then it'll very easily snap back together. And you put the two bottom screws back in. And you can plug your battery back in. I've got a power supply bench, goes right in there. And wait for it to boot up. It works great. All the buttons. That's it. Thanks for watching.